Welcome to Coach Kev, live on Sunday. Understand your thoughts, change your life. How are we thinking? I want to introduce myself, Coach Kev. I started this program because I found a lot of people have lost the peace and joy in their lives. The opposite of peace is chaos, and the opposite of joy is misery. Or they want certain things, or change their behaviors. I witnessed so many of us quitting and giving up before we got to the finish line. We try to will it away, wish it away, hope it away, only to have it rear its ugly head back into our lives. I searched for what can help us stay in our want, to achieve all that we set out after. It starts with how we think about ourselves and how we process our thinking. Are you aware of your thoughts? Where do our thoughts derive from? What impact do they have on our decisions? Have you ever thought about how we think? Our minds were made for discovery, to see all the wonder of the world, to create what we want for our lives. I want to unlock our thoughts. Do you want to change anything in your life? Have you had any trouble staying on a program or starting what you want for your life? As a coach, I will keep us with our full potential so we can believe we can do it. We're going to check in weekly to see where we are, to hold us accountable, to achieve great things. We will uncover what we don't know, what we are thinking. What we don't know we are thinking is driving our lives right to where we don't want to be. Have you ever looked at what you don't want, only to have it reappear year after year? Yes, it is up to us, and we have all it takes. Do you know the difference between the conscious brain and the unconscious brain? It'll help us understand how our thoughts are driving our lives. Our subconscious doesn't know if it happened or not, if it's true or make-believe. We build stories around people that are just not true, and our subconscious takes it to be the truth. We make up one side of the story till we hear the other side of the story. Our subconscious brains are like the hard drive. Our subconscious stores the main components, the hardware, the software. Our consciousness is like the World Wide Web, searching for information and reasoning. Have you ever had this experience? I can't think of the person's name. Our subconscious takes it and runs with it, and we just can't think of it. All of a sudden, 3 days later, we're getting ready for work, driving in the car, and bingo, the name appears right in front of us. This means that our subconscious was in it for the long haul. Our subconscious wants answers, and it won't give up until it finds one. Think about it. We can't control our breathing. Try to stop it, and you gasp for air. We can't stop our heart from beating. So what else are we not controlling without realizing it? Our subconscious stores everything we ever told it to. Our conscious brain is fleeting, searching for information and reasoning. It compares what information we give it. And this is how we progress. Comparing one thing to another. Like the World Wide Web, fast and furiously looking for the answer. The difference is our conscious tires out. When we understand how we think and how our thoughts are molded, we can start to change what we want for our lives. Live without fears, create more happiness, more meaningful relationships, stop bad habits, no anxiety. We make pathways. These pathways in our minds, they are there forever. We have pathways for many things. Happiness, sadness, anger and depression, post-traumatic stress, etc. We need to be aware of these pathways. Some are short, some are long and deep. Some are even wide, long, and deeper. These pathways are ours. Reactions, emotions, behaviors, how we handle stress, many more. We never get rid of these pathways. They are always there. You say, what? Well, when we learn about how they affect our daily lives, then we can start to have what we want for our lives. These pathways have all kinds of effects in our daily lives. Some are helpful, and some are problematic. We were born and shaped by those we were around. Our minds immediately absorb everything we observe. Yes, we instantly start storing into our subconscious the way we were loved, how safe and secure we felt, how were we cared for, how did they care for others when confronted with difficult situations, how did they give of themselves, did they share, how did they experience anger, happiness, and sadness. We take this all in, inventing who we are to become. We learn about ourselves. We develop into our beliefs what makes us happy. We become what we are told. Who we are. Who are we? What information did we store? We operate our lives unconsciously, looking for what matches what we were told about ourselves. In relationships, where we work. And depending on how we were loved, moves our lives more than anything else. Love is the center of our being. I have searched for what can help us stay in our want. Stay in our want, the energy of what we want for our lives, to achieve what we set out for. If we can learn what defeats us, we can move our lives forward so that we can have the desires of our heart. It all starts with how we think about ourselves and how we process our thinking. Let's find our hidden truths, unlocking the tools to see ourselves achieving what we want. Tune in next week to start the process of finding peace in all places, situations, and people to create what we want for our lives. You can find me on Facebook and Tumblr to keep us staying focused on staying in our want. Tell a friend, subscribe to this channel, and I'd appreciate a like. We're going to move together. Enjoy the planet. It's a beautiful place to be. And raise the roof.